Hello students, today we will see the vegetative propagation in plants. Now vegetative propagation. The development of a new plant from the vegetative parts like root, stem or leaf of a plant is called the vegetative propagation. You know the plant has got roots, stems, leaves, flowers and fruits. So out of that, roots, stems and leaves are called as vegetative parts of the plant. So if you can grow a new plant from these three parts, we call it as vegetative propagation. Okay. Now it is common in plants which do not produce seeds or whose seeds cannot germinate. The vegetative propagation is mostly used. So it is a form of asexual reproduction as there is no involvement of reproductive structure, that is the flower. So vegetative reproduction takes place by natural or artificial methods. So in nature also vegetative reproduction takes place by itself, or the man can also do the artificial vegetative propagation. Okay. Now first is the natural methods. In some plants, reproduction by natural propagation takes place naturally from different parts like the stem, leaves and roots of the plant. So we will see one by one how it will take place. Now first one is the from underground stem. So there are two types of stems. One which grows just below the soil is called underground stem, and the one which grows above is called as aerial stem. So first we will see about the underground stems. Some plants like potato, ginger, gladiolus and onion have underground modified stems which help in the vegetative propagation. So now you have seen in potato, the stem is called tuber. So you have to learn one by one. First one is tuber, second one is rhizome, third one is the corm and the fourth one is called bulb. So these 4 points you learn. So underground stems, there are 4 types. One is tuber, second one is rhizome, third one is the corm, fourth one is the bulb. Okay, now let us see the first one. In potato, the stem is called as tuber. This tuber has many small scars called as eyes. So when you see the potato, you find there are some notches. So these notches are called as eyes. So if you leave the potato for some days, we find the small white parts are coming out. Actually, these are the new plants growing out of these notches. So from the eye, the notch is called eye. From this eye, we can produce new potato plants. So if you cut this notch and then this part where the new ones are growing and plant it, this will grow into new plant. So here you can grow from this one plant, from this another, from this another. So as many notches are there, so many new plants can be grown from one potato. On germination, so we have seen that these are called as eyes. The vegetative buds are present in these eyes. On germination, the eyes give rise to new plant. The eyes gives rise to new plants. So from the tuber you can get the new plant. Now the second one is the rhizome. So the example is ginger. You have all seen ginger. It is there in your houses, isn't it? So we all buy ginger to make food, isn't it? So in ginger, the short branched underground stem called rhizome is used for reproduction. Now see, this is the ginger. So all these are short ones coming out. You can see the lines there. From each line, new plant arises. So these lines are the buds from where the new plants arise. So here it has nodes and internodes. You know stems only have nodes and internodes. So this ginger also has nodes and internodes that bear buds. So from these buds what happens? The new plant will grow. Same way another example is banana. Banana also grows from the rhizomes. Now corm or the thickened round underground stem of gladiolus is also used for vegetative propagation. Okay, so this is another one. You can see the corm. So this is round part. So in Hindi you have seen oil which we buy, isn't it? That is also an example of corm. Now bulbs. Bulbs of onions and underground stems of garlic, lily, tulip are also used for vegetative propagation. So for bulb you have 4 examples here. One is garlic. You all know what is garlic, what is onion, what is lily flower also you have seen, and tulip flower also you have seen. So you can see the garlic here. This look white. If you leave it in your house also, they start producing the new stems. Okay, and roots will be down. So these are the 4 underground stems from which you can produce new plants. One is tuber, second is rhizome, third is corm, fourth is bulb. Now let us do some activity. So here, to grow potato by vegetative propagation. For that you need potato, knife, a pot containing soil and water. How to do it? So we take a potato and cut it into small pieces, and while we are cutting we make sure that an eye or the notch is present in it. Then we will put the piece in the pot containing the soil and sprinkle some water every day to keep it moisture, because without moisture it will not grow. After a few days, what do you observe? We observe white leafy shoots growing from the potato piece. Now this potato stem or tuber can reproduce by vegetative propagation. So that means from a piece, from the stem, we have grown into a new plant. So we can say that the stem is growing into a new plant means vegetative propagation is taking place. Now see the next activity, to grow ginger by vegetative propagation. For that we require a piece of ginger having the nodes and internodes, then a pot containing soil and water. So again we do the same thing, we cut the pieces of the ginger such that it has some nodes or the internodes, and then put it in the moist soil, and after some time we will see, means if you keep on watering it, we will see that the new plants grow out of these pieces. So we leave it for few days, we observe some aerial leafy shoots growing in the pot. So this shows that what stem of the ginger or the rhizome can produce new plants by vegetative propagation. Now see the next type of reproduction, that is from the aerial stem. Till now we have seen the underground stem. So in the aerial stem, the plant like oxalis and strawberries, these are the 2 examples which you have to remember. A long horizontal stem grows over the soil surface parallel to the ground. It is called runner. Wherever the stem bends and touches the soil, it develops roots and buds at the point of contact with the soil. The buds develop into new plants. Example is lawn grass, you all have seen the grass, and the mint creep on the soil and develop the nodes and internodes. New shoots and roots arise from the nodes, producing new plants. Now see here, you can see this is the oxalis plant. Now where one of the shoot is going and touching the soil here, and wherever it is touching, new roots are growing, and from the aerial parts are also growing from there, and these are the leaves growing out. So again one of the shoot is running parallel to the soil, and wherever it is touching, again it is developing the roots and the shoots. So it keeps on growing on the soil. Parallel to the soil means on the surface of the soil. So it looks as if it is running on the soil. So it is called as runner. So example you have seen, oxalis is there, strawberry is there, or lawn grass is there, or mint is there. These are 4 examples. Okay. Now for this activity we have to take some grass and which has the intact root and put it in the pot, and then sprinkle water every day. Then we observe new grass shoots are growing along the old ones. So the aerial stem of the green grass can reproduce by vegetative propagation. Have you understood this? Okay. So today we have understood the vegetative propagation by underground stem as well as by the aerial stems. Okay girls.